this first, I'm going to read 3 poems. This first one mentions someone by name. I think some of the people in the bar know Zach Willis. But I ran into him at Time, the bar on Sansom Street. There's a live jazz band going. It's called Too Much Time. Stepping in time, the quintet is soulfully wandering aloud, belting out a song from the key of life embellished. Modulating forward, they wrap the audience around their finger, policing the crowd with the rhythm section and a flourish. I planned on catching up on some Z's, but not quite like this. My big brother Zach is cooling out, punishing a bar stool, listening to jazz, offering me a libation and thoughts on liberation, teaching me about the Harlem Renaissance, not like I learned in school. A frothing, cloudy, blonde allagash snaps like an alligator as I squeeze the orange wedge into its wide-necked mouth. Alyssa's pupils reflect the touchscreen register at the dimly lit bar. Shining in the spotlight, the groovy feel reverberates throughout. Busyness and thoughts of where I need to be fly out the window, with the rhapsody emanating from the five virtuosos, laying down a straight flush, perhaps with a sprinkling of out-of-pocket swing. As I realize my citrus stops swimming, apparently it drowns. A looks to Z and me asking, if not to check, what will it be? A golden monkey howls out my name, breaking the icy silence, beret removed. It belches Belgian, ailing thrice from its ordeal, as it slips into something more comfortable, a sensuous chalice. The seduction completing, I feign resistance to its coy, dallying presence. An effervescence, an essence alluring, suave, intoxicating, and persuasive. The sax coos and wheezes, minor gusts leaving me breathless, in need of thirst quenching, my desire for understanding, raging, unabated. Spying an on-ramp, I traffic attention away from Z's personal symphony, bridging back to a hitherto conversation, a lingering vibrato in memory. In the preceding chorus, he called out a particular phrase, and I responded, not knowing the source of my improvisation, just its resonance with me. Later, I put my finger on it. Harlem is what we were talking about. The feeling of rebirth, the notion that injustice has no place on this earth. Langston points out what happens to a dream deferred. It explodes. My intention is slightly different, but still, I am embracing it for all it's worth. This next one is called The Chimera of Notre Dame. It's based on a picture I took of a statue on top of the roof at the cathedral that unfortunately isn't really there right now. Perched atop a pinnacle of Western civilization, I overlook humanity, whose face has become obscured by a host of sacred institutions questing for power. Up here, above it all, I listen to man-made declarations of independence, of brotherhood, of loyalty, of piety, and such. But I also watch over the world, looking at deeds, not words, noticing the transgressions against Christ's teachings, and I see the truth. Conflict abounds. This colossal construction I sit upon, and all that is housed within, is not exempt from the rule of law. Its foundation rests upon the Old Testament, quite at odds with the Savior's teachings. The ancient eye for an eye ethic has persisted through millennia in different garbs. Man has worshipped and soldiered for a cornucopia of beings, including the sun, the moon, and stars. But no God ever ruled so mercilessly or sat on the throne as Mars, the god of war. When the time comes to challenge this order, I will get off my haunches and take flight, preaching the gospel of a democratic creed that ranks human welfare, existing in symbiosis with the earth and other living things, as the highest good, where adherents are freed by compassion, not bound by dogma, who challenge orthodoxy and seek to eliminate all systems of domination, and who lead by example. But until then, I will bide my time in this Gothic dystopia, awaiting the moment when a whole superstructure implodes upon itself. And this last piece I wrote after I came from work last night. And I got home at about 6 in the morning. I shed tears for the years I let fear decide my career. I could have been the best at whatever my heart attests. I could have, I should have, and I would have if only I didn't make excuses. But I did, and still am. Exactly what my actions have made me, for better or worse. Maybe the first act is admitting the worst and finding the first lead to follow. After confronting myself and finding the next footpath to follow, to do what is best for me. What's next is a promise to myself I can't disregard. To treat myself as I do others, to not hurt myself, to be patient, to understand, to forgive, to accept all my flaws, yet embrace, most of all I have to offer. Until then, I'll just treadmill my life on a predictable path, not setting myself free, not finding a way out of self-imposed insanity. Until when I come of age and do what I need to do, to be what I need to be, to feel as if I belong in this world and I can lead others out of this disillusionment I feel is the heredity of society we must endure. Thank you.